Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you watch this channel. Now, after months of trying to look for answers, answers relating to abduction, it seems Justin Muturi has finally decided to tell us who is responsible for all the abductions. For those of you who followed the proceedings of Justin Muturi, how he was grilled, Kilimani police station, I saw that video. I was watching it carefully.
How are you? And
then subsequently, there's also a statement that JB Muturi released regarding who could have been behind his abduction of his son. And this statement that Justin Muturi released appears to have shed light on who is responsible for the abductions. But of course, this matter has not sat well with majority of UDA leaders who have vowed to deal with Justin Muturi. But that's something that we're going to do in another analysis, ladies and gentlemen. So on to this analysis, I want us to go through this statement that JB Muturi released, and JB Muturi was basically trying to lift the lid and try to let the cat out so that people can understand who is to be blamed matters abduction. So before you get to this statement, ladies and gentlemen, kindly like this video. That is the only way YouTube shares our content. And by the way, I'm so grateful for everybody who has been supporting this channel by subscribing and liking. Thank you so much, because without you, this channel won't have grown. So let's dive into this story. Because JB Muturi has decided that liwalo na liwe. Swahili sometimes say liwalo na liwe. Yeah. So let's get into what Muturi said. He said he personally called Deputy President. This is now when Leslie Muturi had been abducted and there was no information regarding his whereabouts. So what he did as a father, this is what he did. He first of all said he called personally the Deputy President, and then Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki, is then PS Raymond Omolo, NIS Director General NOORDIN HAJJI, then Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome, DCI Boss Mohammed Amin, and Anti-Terrorism Protection Unit Boss Said Kiprotich Mohammed, and Mr. Amin's deputy John Onyango desperately looking for his son. I can imagine how Justin Muturi was reacting back then. When your son is missing, you don't know where your son is, and you know the habit of abductors. They will always either ask for ransom, harm, or Malaysia. So because none of this was coming forth, Justin Muturi had to be very, very curious. So this is what he said. Standing outside the state pavilion, I had the president ask NOORDIN HAJJI if he was holding my son. NOORDIN confirmed that indeed he was holding him, and the president instructed him to release Leslie immediately. NOORDIN responded that Leslie would be released within the hour. So that's what CS Muturi is telling us. In this statement, he is trying to confirm that through William Ruto, Leslie Muturi could be released, and Leslie Muturi was being held by NOORDIN HAJJI. Let me jog your mind a bit. For those of you who went through the statement, there's a time there that Justin Muturi says NOORDIN HAJJI could not pick his calls. And then there's a time there during that story, he says that he had WhatsApped the president, but there was no response from William Ruto. But then the response that William Ruto gave, why he could not respond to Justin Muturi, is that his WhatsApp had crashed. It had crashed, and he had to give his technical person to do the restoration and do the needful. So his WhatsApp had crashed, and that's the reason why he could not respond to JB Muturi. So as to whether that was a smart way of escaping that question, we don't know. But that is what William Ruto told JB Muturi. His WhatsApp had crashed. There's a part here, very, very interesting, that Justin Muturi says NOORDIN HAJJI, the NIS boss, uh, ignored his calls for many hours. A move that made him to suspect that indeed NOORDIN HAJJI was the person holding his son. Then again, there's this issue of someone within the NIS leaked to Justin Muturi that they're the ones who are holding the Leslie Muturi. Now, because that was the case, what happened is that Justin Muturi was very, very confident that NOORDIN was the one who was holding the son. That's why he went direct to William Ruto and asked William Ruto to rein in and William rein in on the matter, or weighed in on the matter, and Leslie was released within an hour. So, ladies and gentlemen, based on this story, could we say that all these abductions that have been taking place, the NIS not involved? I mean, could we say that that is the case? Is it a reaction of the statement by Rigathi Gachagua? Remember, during the Gen Z's, the moment William Ruto rejected the finance bill, the signing of the finance bill to make it a finance act, Rigathi surfaced and put the blame squarely on NIS boss. But you know what happened thereafter? There is a series of abductions. But at the time Rigathi was making a statement, this abduction had already taken place of Leslie Muturi, because it took place, I think, the first day of a successful demonstration. That is how he was apprehended, and the rest is history. But you see, there was this accusation that Leslie Muturi had posted something to do that meant he supported the Gen Z's protest. That is what led to his immediate abduction. May use that word, abduction. So, in very few words, ladies and gentlemen, JB Muturi has put the blame on NOORDIN HAJJI for the issue of abduction. And it's most likely trying to say that he's the one who's been involved in most of these abductions. Now, I want to raise my case there, but what do you think about this statement from JB Muturi? Do you think JB Muturi is telling the truth? I mean, this is some kind of politics. I don't think he's playing politics, because he has gone to an extent of mentioning a name. So most likely it's some kind of truth. But the truth will come out because he has already recorded a statement. Most likely NOORDIN will do something about that, probably react, but let's just give it time. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.